Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. How are we today? People are off doing stuff right now. So I was like, I think we're going to do some streaming while we're just hanging out here. I'm also doing laundry, so if you can hear my laundry going in the background, that is going to be there for a minute. Also, I've got a dog. I picked up my dog yesterday from being spayed. One of my dogs got spayed. The other one's going to get spayed in a couple weeks. But if you hear the sound of my dog walking around with a cone on its head, running into everything in the house, that's my bad. Because she's having a hard time navigating the house with the gigantic cone on her head that she has right now to keep her from licking and eating the stitches. And also, her and her sister are being forced apart right now because they will definitely. They want to fight and jump around and play and be crazy, and right now she can't do that. So at one point or another, I'll probably have to let her in and keep them separated. So we're gonna be doing both of those things. But let's see. Where's my chat doc? There it is. Is it working? I don't ever know what I'm doing. Hey, it's working. What's happening, Alan? What's going on, Robert? What's going on, Etch? What's going on, Pitch? What's going on, guys? Allegedly, this is an AG and not his evil clone. I might have been replaced. You guys never know. Okay? You wouldn't be able to tell. Me and Kanye both. Me and Ye both replaced. Okay? Oh, I should really watch this video on Terrence Howard and Neil deGrasse Tyson. I really do enjoy watching the videos on the Terrence Howard thing. It is a level of insanity that just kind of goes right along with everything that's happening in this country right now. And I feel like we might be able to learn something from the Terrence Howard 1 × 1 = 2 thing. I think that's somehow related to everything that's going on in this country right now. I don't know. It just seems like that's true. How's everybody today on Sunday? It's still no football. So here we are on a Sunday with no football. But you got me, and we're gonna watch some stuff. Have you guys been seeing all the Hunter Biden stuff going on? Because oh my God, Hunter Biden joining X and shit posting is quite possibly the greatest thing that has happened in this country in a very long time. I mean, there was a lot of darkness for a really long time, and Hunter Biden has been a light in that darkness. Because you guys know I like to laugh. You guys know that I like to have a good time, and Hunter Biden is bringing the fire over there on X. So I saw that Adam Mockler had done a video on Trump's gay secret, and it is Pride Month. All right, it is Pride Month, so I thought we would watch that. So why don't we go ahead? Let's see, which one? This one? Hey, it works. The button works. Sat in Quiet Storm. So yeah, this is Adam Mockler. And it's called Trump's Gay Secret Exposed by Hunter Biden. And I was like, oh, we're going to watch this. It is #Pride Month. So let's watch the video. Let's see what Adam's got to say.
All right, this is beautiful. From the top rope comes Hunter Biden, absolutely destroying any MAGA in his way on Twitter. He's also surgically debunking a lot of the lies that have been told about him and his family over the past few years, while also exposing Trump for some potentially gay thoughts that Trump might be having. I'm not even joking. We'll go through all of this in this.
Okay, now this is gonna destroy one of my theories, because people always, they ask, like, do you think that, like, Trump, like a lot of these guys, is actually, gay? Like somebody just said, we matched on Grindr and now you're ghosting me. Why? I'm sorry, Edwin. I'm sorry. My wife caught me. Oh, here's my cat. Meow. Anyways, people have asked, like, like, he's probably gay, and I'm like, no, he's not gay. Like, of all the things that, like, there's plenty of Lindsey Graham all these guys out there that are like hiding super secret gay thoughts. I don't know about Trump. Like Trump definitely, is all over them Epstein files, and we can talk about other things that Donald Trump does in his free time that he's definitely hiding in a closet. But as far as the potential of Trump being gay, I was always like, no, I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if any gay dudes would ever find him attractive. I don't think that there are any out there that would. So this is gonna blow my mind if this is true.
This video, but what I find so captivating about this is that Hunter Biden never truly got to tell his side of the story. He's had a rough life. I mean, his mom died when he was very, very young, and he was raised by Jill Biden and Joe Biden. And his brother died back in 2015, all the while his father was rising to national fame in politics. So he's had a rough life. He would be the first one to say that he's been troubled. He's had some problems, but he's now at a point where he's providing more moral clarity, than anybody in the entire Republican Party. Quite literally, nobody in the Republican Party is even as sharp as Hunter Biden at this very moment. And that's not me exaggerating. I will prove it for you right here. So let's just start with some of his tweets.
Amazing.
Then we'll go to the Trump gay thoughts part. If you want to help boost the message of both Hunter Biden and the Adam Mockler feed, drop a like below. It genuinely means a lot and helps us disrupt this right-wing narrative. And you can subscribe to become a part of the community. All right. Let's just start here. So in this post, Hunter Biden calls out Jake Tapper for attacking Jill Biden, who he was essentially raised by because his mom died at a very young age. So he calls Jill Biden his mom in this post, and he says, "So let me get this straight. Jake Tapper is focused on attacking my mom. Jared and Ivanka are building a private island paradise on Albanian protected land."
Yep. And I covered this actually like a couple of years ago. It was a while back. I said, this is so weird that they're buying this island. And it turns out that this island, if I remember right, there's like a stretch of the land. Like it used to be military bases and stuff, but it's like this beautiful beach, these beautiful beaches. And they're buying it and they're making it so now the Albanians can't go to this beach, right? So the Albanians did what Americans should be doing, and they freaked the fuck out and they went to this prime minister's house and burned that shit to the ground. Like, we are lacking in America. We are lacking so hard.
Don Jr. married the daughter of Epstein's banker, and a startup his fund backs just got a record $620 million Pentagon loan. Goddamn. Eric is taking an Israeli drone company public for $1.5 billion in the middle of a war with Iran that nobody wanted.
Totally not corrupt, guys.
And I know, quote, "What about your paintings, Hunter? Please." So this is a very good post. This got 274,000 likes, 16 million views. This is a type of narrative control that Hunter Biden is going for, because for the past 8 years, it feels like Republicans have gotten to unilaterally set the narrative on Hunter Biden and his life. Hunter Biden has his own thoughts, his own story, his own experiences that are very captivating. But under the Biden administration, Hunter...
Bro, I am so here for this. I am so here for this. Like, is Hunter Biden the hero that we needed? Is he, guys? Because I think he might be. And also, fuck Jake Tapper.
Biden was, rather quiet. He wasn't coming out and talking about all of this, meaning the right-wingers got to set the narrative. But now he is setting the narrative himself. So someone responds, "You sound bitter for someone who benefited from a stolen erection." And Hunter Biden replies, "I've never stolen an erection in my life." And this got another two.
Brother, all of these erections, these are all me, dog. All me.
229,000 likes with 12.4 million views. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I really respect people who can demand attention in the attention economy. It's just the brutal reality of the political environment that we live in, where attention matters a lot. Trump is able to grab attention by being deranged. Zoran Mamdani is able to grab attention by having forward-looking policy.
Dude, Zoran's killing it, brother. Like, I love that. I love that for Zoran. He is killing it. Remember before he got elected, they were like, it's gonna be 9/11 Part 2. Also, like, can't you guys come up with new names for stuff? Why do we have to always just, like, it's like movies nowadays. It's just a remake. Like, why do we have to have a remake? Why can't you come up with another name? Why does it have to be 9/11 Part 2? What if it doesn't happen on 9/11? What if it happened on 7/10? Like, would you still call it 9/11 Part 2 if it happened on July 10th? Like, I mean, can't we just be a little more creative? Anyway, Zohran Mamdani's killing it, and it just goes to show that everybody's a bunch of fucking idiots, and he's amazing.
Newsom is able to grab attention by doing these mock Trump tweets. It got millions of views, and now
I don't know about running for president. Quiet, I hear you. Someone said they would support him if he ran for president. I don't know about that. Yeah, look. Look, guys. There are people that come on here and they're like, would you ever run? I'm like, that's probably, you guys don't really probably want that. I mean, I've got 20 plus years of management experience. That might be better than Hunter Biden, to be honest. I also grew up with crack cocaine and prostitutes. So, I mean, we got a lot in common, me and Hunter. Me and Hunter got a lot in common. But would I vote for him for president? I don't. If he is running against Don Jr., I mean, you got to pick the crackhead that's going to most benefit you, or ex-crackhead. My bad, ex-crackhead. And also Hunter Biden is an Eagles fan. So, I mean, that right there, I'd probably have to vote for him just because he's an Eagles fan. But, if he was running against fucking one of those guys, I guess I would. But no, I would prefer that we had somebody. And I'm sure Hunter Biden would say the same thing. Like, Hunter Biden would probably be like, you probably don't want me in office right now, right? Like, we need some stability. Okay, I know that the flavor of the month right now is to accept your crazy ex back and just see if you can work things out. But let's just go with somebody a little more, like, just stable for now. I'm not saying in the future we can't give Hunter Biden a chance, all right? If y'all want to get, we get another Joe Biden era where you guys are bored and, the sleepy old man that all he does is take us out of COVID and, restore the economy and make things better. If that's not what you guys are feeling, I'm just saying, let's just give it a try for a little bit. Let's just give it a try for a little bit with the stable partner. And then if you guys want to go back to excitement and craziness, then maybe we give Hunter Biden a chance. Okay?
Hunter Biden is gaining attention by just being himself, by being clever and being a good communicator. This is a post that is beautiful, and I want to read it from beginning to finish. It's a bit long, but this is Hunter Biden setting the tone for how Democrats should communicate. He said, "Things most Americans agree on." So he's not trying to be divisive. He's really not even trying to tear down or take down MAGA. I mean, he responds to them, but he's trying to find things that Americans agree on. He says,
100%.
Groceries cost too much. Yes. Tariffs suck and make no sense. Yep.
Okay, I do have to say, all right, Edge pointed it out. No tax on tits was my greatest idea. I mean, no tax on tits is like mind-blowingly good as far as like something to run on. Like, if I were to ever run for office, it would be no tax on tits. And I'd like to point out, for those of you that don't understand how the no tax on tits platform works, it's not just for the women, okay? All right? It's not just for the ladies. Look, if you a dude and you got a bro on, all right, and you rocking some C plus, okay, some C cups, all right. Also, if you're willing to show those bad boys off, also no tax on you either. This is not gender specific. You can be trans, you can be male, you can be female, you can be non-binary. This is a platform that we all can firmly get behind. Okay? So if I do run, I will bring back the no tax on tits platform. 100%.
Congress and presidents shouldn't trade stocks. Yep, like 90% of Americans believe that. And by the way, if you guys agree with these all, let me know in the comment section. Let me know what he's missing and let me know which ones you agree the most with. The debt is a mess. Absolutely. The border should be secure, but legal immigration is good. Thank you. We need more Democrats.
Yeah, groceries cost too much. What I really like seeing is that, what was it? So 32% of the Republican Party has moved away from Trump, and like 65 or 67% of the Republican Party has said that they're Trump no matter what. When asked whether or not groceries were more expensive, the 65 to 67% that followed Donald Trump said, no, they have not gone up. Being that I have worked in grocery for over 20 years, I can tell you right now that groceries 100% are way more fucking expensive, even than they were during COVID. Even more than when they were in COVID. Not just that, but shrinkflation makes it so not only are you paying more money, but you are actually receiving less product. And that makes me, you know what that makes me feel like? It makes me feel like the person that they target when they do something like shrinkflation is a Trump supporter. Because they're like, this motherfucker will not realize that they are now paying the same price for 3 ounces less. Why won't they realize that? Because we put a pretty new package out. And they'll be distracted by the colors. Tariffs suck and make no sense. Yes, because tariffs are a regressive tax. Congress and president shouldn't trade stocks. 1,000%. I actually like Scott Galloway's, and you guys are going to rip me for this one. Oh, you guys are going to rip me for this one. But hold on. Don't unsubscribe now. Scott Galloway said, you pay people more in Congress, you pay people more in the Senate, you pay the president more, and then you just completely outlaw any type of stock trading, and anybody that gets busted for it is gone. Just removed from Congress, removed from the Senate, removed from the presidency, whatever it is. Like, you just hold them accountable for it. And I'm actually for that. Then they can't say anything about how they don't make enough money. And look, you know, like, I'll sit here with you guys 1,000%. 1,000% I'll sit here with you guys and say that $174,000 is more than enough money for these fuckers to make. But if we want to meet in the middle, I am 100% with paying them more money and then just completely outlawing any type of stock trading or insider trading or poly market bullshit, any of that stuff. The debt is a mess. I think everybody can agree that $39 trillion, 27% of it, which came from Donald Trump, is not a good thing. The border should be secure, but legal immigration is good. Once again, this is one of those things that people, like, they blow completely out of proportion. Every single person wants to know that good people are coming to our country, making our country better, and are being given a fair chance to succeed. And nobody wants people coming here that are harming the people that live here or harming the people that don't live here. We don't, it's about being a sane person that wants logical things, and the right just makes it out to be that the left wants to just let anybody across the border. And once again, this is like the Second Amendment thing when the right is saying about the left, oh, they want to take your guns. No, you dumb mother. We don't want you to take their guns because we don't want them to take our guns either, because there are tons of liberals that have guns. Tons of progressives that have guns. I guarantee you the communists have guns.
Saying this, legal immigration is good. Of people who want to come to our country, pay taxes, and benefit our country. Republicans for years have tried to paint the Democratic Party as the party of open borders when that's not true. And sometimes I see some of my colleagues on the left advocate for these types of, open border policies. There have been times where I have to push back and I say, guys, there is a much more pragmatic way to do this. We don't want to fall into the trap that they're laying for us.
Exactly.
So
Stop picking up right-wing talking points.
Endless wars are stupid, especially ones that nobody wants and have never been explained. Americans are exhausted. 100%. AI is like my new best friend that also might try to take my job, my ability to think for myself, and my humanity in the process. Yo, like I love you, but WTF, I still love you. Diversity is actually awesome. The opposite is boring AF.
Yeah, nobody wants white bread,
I totally
dog.
agree. Canadians are super fucking cool. Mexicans are chill. Putin isn't a good guy looking out for America's best interests. Rocky IV and Miracle are great movies. These are just such great points. Yes, Canadians are chill. They're not the enemy. Diversity is awesome. Good neighbors are a blessing.
If you haven't been over on my Angry Ginger Funny Live Clips channel, Angry Ginger Funny Live Clips channel, that's where all my Canadians reside. 81% of the people that watch my channel over on the Funny Clips channel are Canadians, and they are amazing. The amount of love, appreciation, and just like super positive comments that I get from over there on that channel is absolutely insane.
Freedom of religion and coexistence without having to blow each other up is probably a good idea. Yeah, we live in social harmony. We want to live in an environment where institutions create a harmonious society where Muslims, Christians, Jewish people, anybody can live together in a harmonious manner. He says, we all question, are we alone in the universe? We all fuck up along the way. Epstein didn't hang himself. The Trumps and Epsteins were best friends for decades. It's like Bert trying to tell us Ernie was just an acquaintance in the same scene on Sesame Street back in the day. The Cowboys suck. Go Birds.
There it is. There it is right there. That's all. Just go Birds. Go Birds. He gets my vote.
Does every American agree with that one? I don't know.
I'd say the vast majority of people. Look, the Cowboys used to be America's team. They used to. I'll give them that. They used to be. No one likes the Cowboys anymore. The only people that like the Cowboys are the same people that wear Yankees hats and Cowboys jerseys. Those people are still, it's like Trump. Look, he's always going to have his cult. The Cowboys, they're always going to have the bandwagon fans that love the Bulls during the 90s, the Cowboys during the 90s, and the Yankees forever, right? Like they want to hitch their wagon to the winner, and that's it.
Things we're told to fight about. Me, he says, laptop, vaccines, transgender in sports, pronouns. That's the joke. It gets even more beautiful. Let me show you this. Somebody responds and says, your whole family is a disgrace. And it's a photo of Hunter Biden sleeping with a pipe in his mouth. I'm not going to show the full thing in this very moment because YouTube will censor it. But Aaron James posts this. And if you click on Aaron James' account, he has a Johnny Cash profile photo. I hope you guys can see that on.
What a moron. Johnny Cash was literally Johnny Cash is literally the guy who said that he was for the beaten and the downtrodden. Somebody like Hunter Biden would be the very person that Johnny Cash would support and like and would be. He's the type of person that Johnny Cash was at one point in his life. This idea that Johnny Cash would be some kind of straight white male MAGA Republican is fucking dumb. It's stupid. Johnny Cash wouldn't like you, just like Rage Against the Machine doesn't like you, just like Bruce Springsteen doesn't like you. Do you see that there's a pattern here? Every one of these people that you grew up idolizing, thinking that they were some kind of straight white male MAGA Republican, they're nothing like what you think they are, and they would be sad to find out that you're the type of person that likes them.
Screen right here. So Hunter Biden responds even further and says, I see your profile picture. That's Johnny Cash, my hero too, arrested 7 times.
Pitchfork says the Eagles fans are the worst fans. If you go to one of their home games, 100%. I hate to say it. Like the only people that are probably worse than my fellow Eagles fans are maybe Raiders fans. Then that's a maybe. That's I don't know if that's true or not. The Eagles might be the worst fans in sports, probably not just the NFL. But yeah, you're right about that, Pitchfork. Look, we have to admit these things.
Smuggled 668 amphetamines across the Mexican border in 1965, took every drug there was and drank like I did. Cheated on his first wife, slept with more women than I ever did. Hit bottom in a cave in Tennessee in 1968 trying to crawl off and die. And then he got up.
That's a hell
of a bottom. He got clean. He spent the rest of his life singing for prisoners and addicts and the people the country threw away because he knew he was one of them. I got to look more up about this 1968 Tennessee story. Johnny Cash thought he was going to die for a second. That's interesting. But to continue, he spent the rest of his life singing for prisoners and addicts and the people the country threw away because he knew he was one of them. That was the whole point of the man in black. He wore it for the poor and the beaten down. He wore it for the prisoner who was long paid for his crime. He wore it for the ones who never heard a word of Jesus. He wore it for the addicted and the dying. He wore it as a standing witness that no one is past saving. You picked his picture. You did not pick his message. Try listening to the words. Man, I told you guys at the beginning of this video, it's some really powerful stuff, like genuinely captivating stuff. And I was not lying. I was not lying at all. Now, here is where he begins to talk about Trump potentially being gay. I think this is really interesting. Someone responds to Hunter Biden, this post I just read about all of the things Americans should agree on, and says, your stupid father gave America the highest gas prices in American history. Go F yourself. And it's a photo that...
And once again, this drives me nuts. And I know it doesn't do any good. You can explain this shit until the sun goes down, till the cows come home. You can explain the facts of how we got into the inflation. You can talk about how COVID impacted global transport. You can talk about how Donald Trump and his last years in office with Operation Warp Speed and what that cost, and what his COVID package with stimulus, which stimulus artificially heats up the economy, which causes inflation. For those of you that don't understand it, the easiest way to explain inflation is it's more money chasing the same amount or less product. Therefore, when we give stimulus to the country, it's supposed to inflate the economy. You're supposed to get it going, keep it going. It's supposed to help people have money to spend money. But you can explain this shit forever in all the best words with all the best sentences. It doesn't matter. If it's not 3 short grunts, if it isn't 4 more years or lock her up or stop the steal, these people, they don't have the attention span to actually know anything, to educate themselves on anything. The only thing that they want to spend their time doing is looking at conspiracy theories that are super fun and exciting and make them feel like they have some kind of purpose in their life. Because the reality of the situation is this: these people live boring, monotonous lives, and they want something to make them feel like they should get up every day and be part of a team. And the reality is life is boring. It's beautifully boring. When you have a couple of kids and you have, a job and you have, a stable life, it's not exciting. You gotta fight to make it exciting. You gotta save up money, go on vacations. And even those are work. And this is easy for these people. Instead, they just, create some kind of alternate reality where things are, way better, way more exciting. And then they engage because the rest of their team are doing it. It's just like religion. It's exactly like religion. So when people say stupid shit like gas prices were high or inflation were high and at no point recognize why those prices are high, you can just pretty much not listen to anything they say because they don't understand the material that they are presenting to you. They're just dumb and uneducated.
Trump posted, this is from Trump's Truth Social, of Hunter Biden drawing a sketch of Trump, but of course this is fake. It's an AI photo of Hunter Biden painting one of his paintings, working on some sort of project himself, and they used AI to superimpose Trump into this image. But it's important that you see that because Hunter Biden then responds and says, "Serious question for all of my gay friends. Is Trump crushing on me or what? Posting pictures of me drawing his portrait in the middle of the night. Where's Hunter?" Always asking. Lord knows he has my phone number. Seems like I'm in his dreams. Even his little dreams during his many naps. Mr. Trump, focus on Jackson Dart. He is more your type. Shit, oh my God, that's really good. That's really funny. Here's a really heartfelt one, actually, where Hunter Biden says, "Anything good in me, I got from him." He's talking about his father, Joe Biden. This is why it's important that they have their own narrative control. Yep. That's what I keep calling it. By narrative control, it's just ability to pull millions of views with your own message rather than right-wingers constantly controlling what the message is. So then Hunter Biden responds to somebody who's accusing him of being like money hungry. Someone says, "A lot of this Biden stuff is money. Leaving office, the offers weren't there for him. The speaking engagements, board offers, other lucrative deals. The Biden book tours didn't just settle scores. They needed cash." Hunter Biden says, "You caught them.
Oh my
Mom
God.
and dad were going to sell Bibles and cell phones, golden sneakers, NFTs, Chinese watches, and clothes."
And hold on. This is, like I said, this is the insanity of being MAGA, dude. These people legit called Biden and his family the crime family. They legit said that he was receiving money from China and Russia and all of these foreign countries. They said, not we, not us, not in their defense did we say these things. These people spent Biden's entire presidency accusing him of stealing money. And now you're saying he doesn't have any? How does that work? How do these people, I was going to say, how does their brain work? But it doesn't. That's the obvious thing here, is it doesn't work. That's insane. How the fuck would he need money if he was stealing the whole time like you said he was? I mean, can we at least stay on one timeline firmly?
Loan, but wouldn't you know, somebody beat them to the punch. They were left with only one choice: write 2 books like every former first lady and president has done in modern history. Really good point. There's so much corruption going on, and you're mad that Jill Biden wrote a book about her experience? To continue, someone says it's way worse than that. Donald Trump's fortune is skyrocketing in his...
And here's one thing. You know how people constantly say Donald Trump didn't take a he didn't take a salary when he was the president of the United States? Anybody that knows anything about how these billionaires work, how they only accept their like 80K a year salary, so that way they only have to pay taxes on that because they perpetually take loans that they never have to pay off because the interest rates are so good. The reason that they do that, the reason they don't claim all the money is because they don't have to pay taxes on it. Donald Trump didn't take his salary as the president of the United States, not because he's a good guy, not because he's looking out for you. Because if he was looking out for you, he wouldn't be building a fucking ballroom. He wouldn't be repainting the bottom of the reflecting pool. He wouldn't be talking about putting the Arc de Trump up. He'd be talking about how he's going to use that money to make your lives better. Explain to me in uncertain terms, just super fucking clearly, like I'm 5 years old. Explain to me how any of those things that he's doing is making your life better. You don't even get to go see the fucking Arc de Trump. You don't even get to go dance in the ballroom. All you get to do is be a cuck and sit in the corner and watch him fuck you. That's it. So explain to me at any point how this is actually something that benefits you. Donald Trump has made how many billions of dollars off of you, and then he's not claiming his salary, so that way he doesn't even have to pay those taxes.
Second term, though he still ranks further down the list compared to a long stretch between 2002 and 2016, as richer billionaires have surpassed him. But look at Donald Trump's net worth is absolutely spiking due to his time in office. Hunter Biden says, just take the Albanian island deal. Jared and Ivanka secured a $1.4 billion resort in Sazan, a protected island on state land. By his own account, he was introduced to Albania's prime minister on the Rothschild's yacht. Ivanka calls the place a private island they discovered. Albanian prosecutors have now opened a corruption inquiry into how that land lost its protected status. Wow.
And the Albanians didn't just set dude's house on fire; they burned that shit to the ground. Like you should see the videos of it. They didn't throw like one Molotov cocktail. They threw like 10, and then there was like a dude standing out there with like one of those fireworks, like mortar things, shooting flaming fireworks at the house. It's absolutely amazing to see.
Oh, the corruption is wild. Someone named Patrick then says, "Listen, drug addict." I'm just like, listen how aggressive the MAGA supporters are being at him. And listen to the way that every single time Hunter Biden has responded, he's taken the high road. He's going high while they go low, but he's still doing it in an edgy enough way, way where it's very captivating. So Patrick Masters says, listen, drug addict, you, your old man, your uncle, and the rest of your family are effing grifters and much worse. By the way, funny how your dad's stage 4 terminal cancer isn't a thing anymore. How long does the average person last with stage 4 bone cancer? And Hunter Biden responds, it's metastatic bone cancer that spread from the prostate. They caught the bone issue quite early. With radiation and hormone therapy, it's under control, but he will live with cancer for the rest of his life. Listen, man, I understand if you don't like my dad's politics and you hate me because you believe everything Fox News has told you. I'm fine with that, but my dad has cancer. How is that an issue you want to attack? What sickness is in you that makes that fair game, Patrick? Wow, he just kind of destroyed that person.
Yeah,
holy shit. I want to end this off with one final post that is just a uniquely special banger from Hunter Biden. So under the post that I read earlier that talks about Jake Tapper attacking his mom, someone responds, your paintings, who gives a fuck? I want to know how much coke you snorted before posting this tweet. And Hunter Biden said, man, if you're going to be mean, at least get it right. I smoked crack. I would never have wasted coke on snorting it. Honestly, raw. I like the raw, real Hunter.
Yeah, I like it too. I like
Biden.
it too.
I like the fact that he's not pulling punches. He's doing two things at once. He's going high while they go low, but he's also somehow not pulling any punches. He's kind of just matching their energy, taking the high road, but being so uniquely himself that it works. And this is something that I've been trying to work on and embody.
That's it right there. That's it right there. He's just being him. He's not trying to be something he's not. He's just being him. It's uniquely him.
For a while. If you've seen my debates or my TV appearances or the way that I tweet on Twitter and go after MAGA, I want to be an attack dog against MAGA that still has the moral high ground. Both of these things need to be true at once. We do have the moral high ground. We are morally more right than every single MAGA supporter. And we also have to show them that through aggression. Sometimes you have to fight fire with fire, and that's what's happening here. I love you all. If you want more Hunter Biden updates, subscribe to the channel and let me know below. We'll make more.
Yep, subscribe to Adam. Subscribe to Adam. Adam's dope. But Adam's channel, I haven't done this in a while, so here's Adam's channel. That's the video if you guys want to watch it without me talking over the top of it. Let's see. Hold on. My wife just got. Hold on. I'm gonna be. You know what? You know what you guys need? I'll let you go do this. Here you guys go. You guys are gonna get this while I take a small break. This is Joe Biden's, like, the greatest speech Joe Biden ever did right here. This is actually on my channel. I made this video for it, but obviously the sound is from him. So here you guys go.
No one ever doubts I mean what I say. It's just that sometimes I say all that I mean. But folks, let me tell you what I literally tell every world leader I met with, and I've met them all. It's never, never, never been a good bet to bet against America. We have the finest fighting force in the world. Not only Not only do we have the largest economy in the world, we have the strongest economy in the world. We have the most productive workers in the world. And given a fair shot, given a fair chance, Americans have never, ever, ever, ever let their country down. Never. Never. Ordinary people like us who do extraordinary things. We've had candidates before who attempted to get elected by appealing to our fears, but they've never succeeded because we do not scare easily. We never bow. We never bend. We never break when confronted with crisis. No, we endure, we overcome, and we always, always, always move forward. That's why I can say with absolute conviction, I am more optimistic about our chances today than when I was elected as a 29-year-old kid to the Senate. The 21st century is going to be the American century. Because we lead not only by the example of our power, but by the power of our example. That is the history of the journey of America. We are America, second to none, and we own the finish line. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops.
All right, I need a few more minutes because I'm going to go let my dog in real quick. So you guys are going to get chair stream. Okay? Chair stream. Sorry. Enjoy the chair. All right, I'm back. For reals, for reals. All right. What else are we looking at here? What are you guys talking about? Where'd my check? I'm so bad at this. Oh, there it is. I need more monitors. I have 3 monitors. I need a 4th or 5th one. Trump's gold love is same as Epstein and Putin's. Yeah, 100% kinky. USA small farm bankruptcies up 45% this past year, and it's going to get worse. Trump loved Liberace decorations, gold and sparkle. Did you guys see that he's now, he said it's going to be Lee Greenwood playing at the Hunter 250. I'm looking at Hunter Biden right now. at the American 250 celebration. So it's gonna be Lee Greenwood, of course. Kid Rock still has not gotten an invite. And it's going to be an opera singer. Like what? I don't think he knows his people, dude. They're gonna be so confused. They're gonna literally be like, Brenda, what is going on here? They're gonna play it. They're gonna have an opera singer come out, and he's gonna do some opera at the America 250 for a bunch of white trash people with MAGA hats on. That should go over really well. Look, I'm from the trailer park. I get to speak to these things. I get to tell you guys there's absolutely zero chance that anybody in the trailer park, myself included, was going to be a fan of opera. It's not really our style. There's a reason Kid Rock gets to perform at everything. It's because that's their style, man. Kid Rock is the style. Let's see. Oh, thank you for being over there on the Twitch. We don't get a lot of people over there on Twitch. We were given a planet that grows its own food, overflowing with trees, fruit, water, medicine, and sunlight, where life itself is abundant and generous. Yet we built systems of debt, competition, division, and war instead of learning to live in balance with it. Exactly, gamer. Balance is so important. Everything in my life is about balance. You want to be balanced, your job and your personal life. You want, your strictness and your fun. You want, balance is the way. That's what I've always said about all of this stuff when it comes to, how you go about your, dealing with the politics of the other side is you have to, Adam Mockler was just saying, you have to have the ability to both remember to have empathy and care about the people around you, but also at the same time, you also have to have a spine and be willing to fight for what you believe in and to protect those that, you need to protect. That's very important. It's balance is everything. And yeah, we do nothing but create systems that are 1000% not natural. It's humans are control species. They feel like they need to be in control of everything, and that's because we're not actually the top of the food chain. The only thing that allows us to be the top of the food chain is the fact that we control the systems that are around us. The moment the electricity goes off, the moment that the water stops flowing, all of those systems break down, and we are no longer number one. You put a human being out in the wild on the Serengeti with a bunch of lions, and you are no longer number one. The only reason you get to be that is because you get to control the areas that are currently around you, and the only reason that you get to do that is because there's so many of us. That's it. Oprah sings. I said opera. Did I say Oprah? That'd be amazing if they brought Oprah in. Once again, MAGA would be so confused. Why is there a black lady here? I don't understand. Yeah, we're supposed to be stewards. And isn't that funny? Because a lot of these people claim to be Christian, claim to be religious, And the reality is that, when you do read the Bible, it is about being a steward. It is about being a good steward for your fellow man, but it's also a good steward about being what you were gifted. I think about this all the time when I talk to people about climate change, right? I'll say, climate change is real. It's very impactful. It's something that we should care about. And people, on the religious side will go, climate change isn't real because God. And I go, well, what do you mean by that? Well, there's no way, when God is upset, God's going to cleanse the earth like he did with Noah, And I go, well, hold on. You might even be making my argument for me. I'm like, don't you think, if I give my child a car, right? And you're supposed to be God's children. So in this analogy, we are God's children if you are religious. If I give my child a car, I expect my child to take care of that car. I expect them to clean. I expect them to, keep it maintained, to not crash it into a tree or to drive drunk. And if they didn't do those things, you would be upset. You'd feel as though the person that you gave this gift to, this utility to, you'd feel upset because you'd be like, they don't appreciate it or they don't respect it. And when you hear somebody say, well, I don't need to do anything about climate change because God, you say to yourself, like, then you're that child. You're the kid that doesn't take care of the gift, the utility, the thing, the resource. You've chosen to instead be lazy and allow it to fall into disarray and chaos, and potentially even for it to burn down to the ground. And the whole time you're sitting there saying, well, it was given to me and I deserve it. Don't you think that that's a little ass backwards? Don't you think that you should be a steward, that you should take care of it? Like, that's, if you're truly religious, and I'm not, I'm a secular humanist. So, I think of things in a different manner. I try to, I like things that are presented to me with evidence. And obviously there's not a lot of evidence, in my opinion, that the Bible is anything more than a set of stories that have a good moral foundation that people were trying to pass around to hopefully get people to do the right thing. And some of them definitely weren't even that. They were just literally murder porn. But my point of view is that, like, you can be religious. That's perfectly fine. You should be whatever religion you want to be. You can be Muslim, you can be Christian, you can be the flying spaghetti monster guy, just don't be in the Trump cult. I think worshiping people is really strange and not something that should be done. Anyways, Sad and Corey, welcome. You listened to my show yesterday when I covered Adam Mockler, the corruption video? No, thank you. Thank you for watching that. We just actually, the reason this video is titled what it's titled is because Adam just put out a video about Trump's gayness. And it was Pride Month, so we had to. And speaking of Pride Month, for those of you guys that know, like, for a little bit, I did get in contact with the Unfuck America people, and this is a long time ago, but I talked to him about joining up, and at that time, and still to this day, my channel was like too small really to be of any help, and we went our separate ways. But some of the people that do it, I still follow, and one of them is Resistor Vic, and I saw this video that's titled Happy Pride Month, and it is Resistor Vic, Pride versus Groceries. And I haven't watched this, so don't forget to like and subscribe to Resistor Vic. Okay, I've watched this guy's videos before. I like his videos.
I'm Vic Myers. Welcome to the Resist.
And I like his flavor. I like what he does. So this is Pride versus Groceries, and I want to watch this and react to this with you guys. It's a pretty short video, so let's take it out.
I'm Vic Myers.
Check it out.
Welcome to the Resistance. It's Pride Month. I know, some of you are thinking, Vic, you're a Democrat running in a very conservative district. Don't say anything. It'll just cost you votes.
Oh, is he running? Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was running for office. That's a good thing. I already like the tilt of this. This is, once again, have a spine. Speak up. Don't be afraid.
Thing is, folks, I'm the kind of guy that lives my values. And one of the values that I hold closest to my heart is the idea that in America, we all have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that right's not contingent upon the color of your skin, size of your checkbook, whether or not you're in the LGBTQ plus community.
He rattled that off without a problem. Now I feel bad. Because I'm like, I can never say that without a hitch. Those too many letters. I've said it before. When I did my video a couple of years ago, the Klepper video on it, I asked whether or not we could shorten it just to help me out. And I had all these LGBT people come through that were like, we could definitely do that, and we should do that. And I was like, thank you. I'm all for inclusivity, but we get to the point where there's just too many letters. I can't do it.
As much right to the pursuit of happiness as I do. Period. End of discussion. I don't care about all that other stuff. So on behalf of my nephew, my adopted cousin, gal I grew up with who came out later in life, another guy I grew up with who hasn't come out yet, but we've all wondered. Some of my campaign staff, and anybody else in America that's in the LGBTQ plus community, Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
I hope you celebrate it. I hope you have a good time. And for those of you who might be in the district, might possibly be a voter, don't agree with me, I got a question for you. When you're sitting down this month, and you're trying to figure out how you're going to pay your mortgage, your electric bill, gas going back and forth to work, are you going to have enough money for groceries? When you're sitting down and you're figuring all that out, do you say to yourself, you know, if only there weren't any gay people, I'd be able to afford groceries?
Wow. You know what I like? I saw somebody on Twitter, and they rattled off how the Stonewall riots began. And they said, you know, the reason that this takes place in June is because these protests took place in June. These incidents took place in June. That it's not just some random month that was picked for no reason at all. And to be honest, I didn't know that. In fact, there's a lot of stuff like that I don't know, right? And so when this person kind of explained exactly how that happened, and I knew about Stonewall, but, you know, I didn't know that it had happened in June. And, you know, it's like the reason this has been established is obviously because a lot of people out there that represent these communities, their voices is trod upon. That the louder voice of somebody like MAGA gets through to people, and we know that because we saw, you know, half of our country vote for a person who is openly homophobic. You know, it says something when people get upset about something like Pride Month. I myself I'm about as atypical, or whatever you want to call it, as they come. I'm a straight white male. I'm bald. I got 2 kids. I got a beard. I've got, you know, a house and a wife. I'm everything that MAGA wishes they were. Everything that MAGA wishes they were. I got a couple dogs. You know, my bills are paid off. I've got a career. I've done well in my life. All of those things. And in no place does it come to a point for me where I'm like, I need to trot on these other people because I don't have enough, or because I'm angry, or because I'm bitter. Like, there's stuff in my life that makes me unhappy. It's why would you take that out on somebody? Why would I go and find somebody that has no voice and override that voice with my hate, my anger, and my bitterness? Instead, what I think that you should do when you have something is that you should help, you should support, you should look for people that don't have anything. Look for people regardless of skin color, black, white, brown, whatever. You should look for people regardless of gender or sexuality. And, you know, find people that are good people that deserve to have a louder voice, and you should amplify that. And something like Pride Month brings that. And if you think about it, what he's saying when he says, you know, like, is your grocery price getting cheaper because there's no gay people? No, of course not. Gay people have brought so many good things to this world, not just this country, but to this world. Look at Zohran Mamdani's post the other day talking about all the things that transgender and gay and, you know, drag queens and stuff have done in New York since the establishment of New York. You know, like, we are diverse. That is a fact. You can claim that gay people don't exist, but they do. And the way that we know they do is because there are people out there that did have a voice that amplified the voice of those people. And we can, you know, we can say this is bad because of this, or this is bad because of that, if you're a MAGA supporter. But I guarantee you this, the world is a worse place without these people. The world is a worse place without a diversity of thought. It's a worse place without having people that come from different cultures, that have a different understanding of what makes life beautiful. Without the diversity that we have, we don't have the things that we have. If we all thought the same, if everything was just straight, bald, white man with a beard, Let me tell you, there's plenty of stuff out there that I'm not coming up with. I'm not that creative, guys. So, if you think that your grocery prices would be lower because there's no, gay people, you're wrong, because they've created so many things that have helped us come to a place right now. Shit, Alan Turing, right? Is that his name? The guy, if it wasn't for him, y'all would all be Nazis. And I'm sure that a lot of MAGA, they'd actually rather that had happened. But as far as I go, not being blonde haired, not being blue eyed, I know I would have been in one of those showers as well. So.
No, you don't. But you've been voting for the people who have been telling you to think about nothing else. And those people that have been getting you to vote on this kind of an issue are the very people who are making it hard for you to buy your groceries.
1000%.
So before you write me off, ponder on that, would you? Because we need to start making our votes count for working class people and not for the social religious goals of some oligarch somewhere. Thanks for listening. Good day.
That's a good message right there. That's a good message. And the insanity of all of this is like your grocery prices didn't go down. Tomatoes were up 40%. 40% year over year. That, once again, I always say this. Go look it up. If you don't believe me, the Fed exists. Shit. His people are in charge of the majority of these numbers. The CPI is up 3.8%. PPI is up 6%. The amount of jobless claims has increased. The amount of jobs created in the past year is one of the lowest ever. He's encouraging AI to take your jobs. Your energy bill is up. Your gas is up. There are very few things right now that have not increased. So even if you're a person that's like, well, I'm not homophobic or not racist. I just wanted to have cheaper rent. I wanted to, have more upward movement in society. I wanted my 401k to be better. Out of all those things, your 401k is better. And that's only if this AI bubble doesn't pop. If this AI bubble pops, then you even lose that. Then your 401k. Look, next week is SpaceX's IPO. And that is set up in a way that is very, very scary. Very, very scary. And there is a potential chance, because your 401ks now are going to buy into SpaceX, that you may find yourself in a worse off place. So once again, if you're a person that isn't participating in the stock market, right? This country is worse for you than it has ever been. If you're a person that has the means to buy shares of NVIDIA and to invest in something like SpaceX, yeah, you're probably doing better. You probably are, because that's the way that this system with this president was set up. The upper leg of the K is doing pretty good. But the lower leg of the K, every single dollar that they have to spend more on gas or groceries is continuing to make life worse. And that's not even to bring up, rent and energy. And the worse it gets for them, whether or not you know it, it's the worse the future is going to be for you. Because the more that these people have to struggle working 2 jobs, 3 jobs in a household just to pay rent, just to buy groceries, the more angry they get. And the longer that goes on, the less you're going to have some of these MAGA people caring about immigrants or about the LGBT community. And the more they're going to care about that wage gap, that wealth gap. And when they finally wake up and realize how much has been taken from them and how much this has hurt them and how much that they put into this and how much they gave, because these are people that lost their family, lost their friends, some of them lost jobs, all to just be supportive of a person that doesn't even know they exist and doesn't even want to know they exist. Because if he knows you exist, then he has to actually look at you. Like at one point or another, People are going to wake up and they're going to be pissed. So, you can vote against your own interests all you want because right now you're mad that some gay dude gets to marry another gay dude, which is crazy. Like, why do you care? Like, why do you care? I'm not gay. I don't care. Like, well, why would I care what two gay dudes do? Literally, I mean, if racists want to get married, y'all can get married. I'm not putting a stop to that. Go ahead. Marry away racists, okay? Homophobes, y'all want to get married. I'm still there for that. Go for it. I mean, I'm not there for it. I'm not coming to your wedding. Don't invite me. But I don't care. It's your right to do that. Like, why do you care? Why do you care? Because a bunch of people have distracted you and gotten you to care about it. That's why. You shouldn't care who gets married to who. You shouldn't care that there is an immigrant that came here that's working, that's helping to make tomatoes cheaper for you to buy, that's paying taxes into a social security system that they'll never get to touch, that's not committing crimes because it's been proven through the only place that they track this type of stuff, Texas, of all places, that Americans commit crimes at twice the rate as undocumented immigrants. Like, they're not here to commit crimes. It doesn't make sense. If they commit crimes, they get deported. Like, these are the things that they're getting you to do, to think of. And they're getting to get mad at Pride Month. You're going to stay mad all month? There's still so many weeks left to go. It's time to just, like, get off that shit and realize, like, we gotta stand up for ourselves and vote in our own interests. Anyways, I gotta get off my soapbox here. Let's watch a couple more videos and then I gotta call it. Cause did you guys see that? Did you guys see that Spencer Pratt now is most likely to lose to the socialist in the mayoral race? It looks like it's gonna be the girl that's a socialist. I can't remember her name, and then Karen Bass, the current mayor of Los Angeles, that are moving to the election. So you know that this is going to be just like screaming election fraud, right? Like, these people are going to scream election fraud. They've already like messed up, and they thought that there was this point where Spencer Pratt was said to have gotten 0 votes and in one of the updates for the totals. And it turns out that these people are so hypersensitive that they're watching the vote count so strongly that they noticed at one point that it was like 10K for Bass and 10K for this other person and then 0 for Spencer Pratt. But like 45 seconds later, a update was made that showed in this one that Bass got 0 and the socialist lady got 0 and Pratt got, how many ever. And yet they don't talk about that. No, of course not. Because legit what happened was it was one update followed by another update that combined were the actual totals. And people in the Trump sphere decided, oh, this is election fraud. Obviously, this is election fraud. And they will not, of course, talk about the fact that the second update had Pratt with all these votes and Bass with none, or the other person with none. Of course not, because they're literally in a cult. So anyways, I have this video that's from the Unnecessary Conversation, which is him talking about Spencer Pratt. I believe his name is Chad, right? Chad is the son. Talking about the Spencer Pratt thing and whether or not he has a chance of winning. So let's watch this.
Spencer Pratt is an idiot reality TV star, just like Donald Trump, who is running on this like hard line. I'm going to get rid of all the homeless people because they're all drug addicts and everybody else. He doesn't know anything about how to run a city. He's never had a job. He's an idiot. He is a rich kid idiot, just like Donald Trump.
But why are people backing him? There are people that like that, and they're saying,
"Oh my God, it's just so painful to hear when they speak. It hurts. Why are people backing that? There are people that like that. That's you, literally you. Like Spencer Pratt is like literally following the same playbook as Trump. He is a villain in a reality TV show, saying dumb shit and posting memes. Like that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
He's great.
Because he's a Republican.
I do know he is Republican, but yet he has some Democratic views and sides, I do believe. I just when I saw that, I was like, "Whoa." I'm showing it 'cause I think it's funny. I don't support that ad. That's insane.
It also is so, in terms of like what it's conveying, it's so mixed and jumbled. The Joker is a kind of like incel hero. Spencer Pratt
Oh, this is based off of an ad that was made for Spencer Pratt. Oh my God.
should be on the Joker's side, at least in the contemporary movies that have been made. But instead, he turns Karen Bass into the Joker. Then he turns himself not even into Batman, but into a Robin kind of figure. So he's like the side.
Wait, what? God, now we need to watch this ad.
Sidekick to a hero who's not even in the video. Then in the end, they put Karen Bass in a crystal and send her into space, which is what happened
In Superman.
to Superman's enemies, Zod and the other people from Krypton who were supervillains. So it's a lot of like just mixing weird shit up and then making up weird shit about the puppies, and she lets people do drugs in front of schools and all this shit. It's just all lies.
What?
Spencer Pratt is an
Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna have to look this up. All right, sorry, we're gonna have to look it up. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Let's see, because oh my God, I need to see this ad now. I'd heard about the ad, but I did not watch it. But now I need to watch it. Let's see. Is this it here? This has to be it. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
A dystopian scene playing out in this viral AI-generated video that's adding fuel to an already fiery race for the next mayor of Los Angeles. It
What
depicts a
the
burning
hell?
Hollywood sign and Republican
Bro, this is like literally what they think too. Like, this is what they thought when Obama was going to be the president. This is what they play out in their head. That things are going to get like this crazy. That Hollywood is going to burn.
mayoral candidate Spencer Pratt.
I mean, it probably will, but it's most likely because of climate change. It's not going to be because of some kind of supervillain.
A former reality TV star, as a Batman-like character. While his Democratic foes hosting a lavish dinner are portrayed in an unflattering light, to say the least. Democratic incumbent Mayor Karen Bass looks like the Joker.
What the hell?
Democratic challenger Nithya Raman as a puppet.
Let's move the drug addicts closer.
And California Governor Gavin Newsom as royalty.
Oh, let them eat cake, of course.
Homeless drug addicts in front of the schools. My children aren't safe.
Look, if you were a transgender migrant...
Other celebrities also making appearances.
That was Joe Rogan, bro. Joe Rogan as a commissioner. Oh my God.
The political parody racking up millions of views online. And if you
Why is he's like a mixture of Batman and Robin?
think it's a glimpse into the future of political messaging, welcome to 2026. It's now. Even former Florida Governor Jeb Bush calling it
Wait, is he fighting ice?
maybe the best political ad of the year. But it's not clear this is exactly a political ad. It was made by Menace Studio, a production company that says it's pioneering synthetic images. The
Oh
founder
my
posting
God.
the evening of May 4th, quote, "I think I have to make a Spencer Pratt ad," and then dropping this video the next morning, perhaps a sign of how quickly such content can be produced. Neither the company nor the Pratt campaign responded to
Bro. Oh, we've gone too far. We have to go back. We have to go back.
our request for comment on who paid for or commissioned the work. Spencer Pratt retweeted the video. Bass, Rahman, and Newsom did not immediately respond to our request for comment on
Dude, I wouldn't respond to that at all. Like, one time I said, what did I find? I posted something like, on my personal Facebook, I posted, fuck Trump, and if you support him, fuck you too. And I do that because I know I have a lot of family members that are Trump supporters, and it's like, it's just, in my opinion, is you just got to say that shit. Like, people should know, this isn't normal. This isn't okay. So I post that. And of course, a couple people, they respond, and some of the people that in my family are RFK supporters, and it's a little different, but still the same. And so I have conversations with them on the thing, saying, nope, this dude is a piece of dog shit, and he's ruining the country, and these are the reasons why. And and then eventually what happens is, like one of my aunts is like, I still love you, and I'm sorry or whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for anything I said. Like, you are who you are, and you believe what you believe. And if you think that, people being harmed and the country being burnt to the ground is okay, then I'm not sorry. And what are you guys barking at? What are we barking about? And at the end of the day, her son or whatever came on there and posted, I guess he's like my cousin, came on there and posted, like, oh, how many immigrants are you gonna house in your house, and blah blah blah, and this is exactly what you libtards did. And I was like, I'm not gonna respond to this. I was like, I'm gonna let this comment speak for itself. And I just left this comment up because people should see that. These people shouldn't reply to it. They should just let it speak for itself. That's in my opinion, what should happen there. Yeah, the Spencer Pratt thing, like I said, they're going to be so mad. They're going to be big mad. They're going to be big mad. There's one other thing that I want to go over with you guys. Let's see. So, first of all, Bryce Mitchell's an idiot. I just want to say this before I start talking about this. The internet is fine. People are a massive mistake. Dan. The internet is fine. People were the mistake. That's probably true. All right, so this one is the last one I want to go over. I want to go over 2 videos before I call it a day. But first of all, Bryce Mitchell, an idiot. Okay, Bryce Mitchell is the one who famously said that Hitler was a good guy before he started doing crack. I mean, I guess in some alternate reality that might be true. I don't know. But here, even Bryce Mitchell at this point has figured out how stupid all of this is. And, recently he called out, Trump on some other shit and called him the Antichrist and all these other things. And this is kind of like just showing that a lot of these people are actually waking up to some of these things. And they're like, wait a minute, hold on. This guy is actually pretty bad. Yeah, so this is Bryce Mitchell talking about the UFC event that's happening on the White House lawn.
Our government is desecrating its role in society by entertaining sports. Our government is to protect and serve the people, and really should be as minimal as possible. And when you're doing all of this stuff, hosting sporting events, it's really outside of what the goal of the government was intended to be, because our tax dollars and resources are funding this operation. And like I said, I'm not criticizing the UFC. I love Dana, Mick.
Bryce is like, I don't want to get fired. Please don't. If I get fired in this economy, I am not finding another job.
Of all of them, and it's an amazing thing. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. But the government should never be hosting sporting events because there's more room for corruption, and we already have a corrupted government. And so that's my thoughts on it, is that the government is supposed to protect us, not entertain us.
Did you see that Sean Strickland got banned from the White House for talking about Israel?
Dude, of all people, too. Once again, I'm not a Sean Strickland supporter. He said some pretty terrible things about transgender people. He said a lot of terrible things about gay people. He said openly racist things. And yet, Sean Strickland not banned for those things from the White House, which is what you would imagine a person would get banned for. No, he was openly critical about Trump's relationship with Israel, and that's what got him banned. How insane is this timeline that we are in right now? You have people like Thomas Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Nancy Mace, people that legit, like, I disagree with a lot of their politics, but they spoke out on the Epstein files, or they spoke out on America's support for the Iranian war right now. And that's what's getting them banned. That's what's getting them kicked out of Congress or getting them primaried. Not that you're a conservative that thinks that they're not following the conservative playbook as far as like being a fiscally conservative Republican or being, good on, smaller government or any of those things. That's not what's going to get you kicked out of the White House. What's going to get you kicked out is if you talk about the Epstein files or if you talk about Israel. They are not beating the charges.
I'm not surprised at all. Freedom of speech is what really makes this country great. And when you can't criticize a foreign nation, come on, man. We ought to be able to criticize our own nation, let alone a foreign nation. In fact, That's the only nation you're not allowed to criticize. Something's going to change because evil empires don't last forever. There's always a rebellion. You ever seen Star Wars? That's what's going to happen, bro. Darth Vader's going to get took down. Our government.
So it's like if Bryce Mitchell can see this shit, if Sean Strickland can see this shit, if the majority of the people that have more than, let's say, 6 brain cells currently can see this shit, I'm going to say Bryce is on, he might be at about 5.5. Sean Strickland's at a strong 3 brain cells left. If these guys can see this shit, how deep in the Kool-Aid do you have to be as a cult member to not see this shit? So there's one other video I wanted you guys to watch, and this is the MAGA mom reacting from Necessary Conversation to all the stuff that's being built on the White House lawn.
Look at that.
Wow.
It's grotesque.
Yeah. And they'll leave it up for what, 2 days, fight people?
Dude, it looks like a county fair. It looks like somebody is putting up a roller coaster on the front lawn of the White House.
And then take it back down?
Yeah. And right in this picture to the right of that, what would be the east wing of the White House is just rubble. That's where they're building the
ballroom,
his bunker. So the White House,
the bunker, and she said, "Oh,
now is just that building right there in the back. It is obscured on one side by a giant pit that they are digging, and it is obscured in the front by this bizarre monstrosity."
Bro, it's a fire cell, guys. I'm telling you. They tore down the East Wing because lumber is worth so much money right now. That's my conspiracy theory. Is they took one look at that East Wing and they're like, look, if we could part it out. If we tear it down, we could probably sell this piecemeal and make a bunch of money off this fucked up economy
that they are putting up.
Now, I did see this. I haven't been on line a lot, but Instagram, I did see this and I kind of giggled, which I maybe shouldn't have. It said, Democrats are mad at Trump for holding his MMA match on the hallowed ground of the White House, where Biden hosted a topless.
I knew that's what she would say, a topless transgender person. First of all, that person didn't they get kicked off the property for doing that? It's not like they were running around. And by the way, I don't think that we should be doing that. I don't think that as far as the White House goes, there should be people running, streaking through the neighborhood. Obviously, there is children around. But that is not what happened at that time. I'm pretty sure the person who did do that did end up getting either banned from the White House at that point or was at least in some way punished. I could be wrong about that. Tell me if I'm wrong about that.
Trans party. Do you remember that?
That I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. Someone that was a trans.
One Instagram person, one influencer chose to do that. And it was a poor decision. And look, I've said it to everybody. It doesn't matter. There are shitty white people. There are shitty black people. There are shitty straight people. There are shitty trans people. There are people. And then there's just also I'm not even saying this person is shitty. There are people that make mistakes. There are people that, think something's a good idea. And it's not. I make jokes all the time. Sometimes they're bad jokes. Sometimes there are jokes that people probably want to cancel me over. But the reality of it is that was one person or maybe a few people even, but it was not something that Joe Biden had set up himself, paid money for, and then had the person do it. There is a world of difference between these two things.
Trans person flashed at the White House. Yes. So,
So this is equivalent to you? A $60 million
exactly.
taxpayer-funded...
Yeah, I don't like it. That's ridiculous. He's wasting money. He needs to focus in on other things for our country. There you go.
Look at that.
Wow. Mary Lou's going woke. They're going to call you a Democrat pretty soon, Mary Lou. Gotta be careful. They totally banned them. Thank you. That's what I thought. Yeah, it was a poor decision that was protected by the First Amendment. And Pitch, as far as that goes, I agree. That is protected by the First Amendment. But I do think that there is an amount of etiquette that we all do need to observe, specifically when it comes to children. So as far as I'm concerned, my personal opinion, and this is not obviously enforceable in any way, shape, or form, is that it was a mistake. It was a bad decision. Because, if, I have no problem with nudity. I don't have a problem with my kids seeing nudity. My kid seeing a person flash their boobs is not, in my opinion, something for me to worry about. Like, I don't care. But there might be kids out there or, people that, look frown upon that. So in most settings, I don't think that certain things are that bad of an idea. But if you just politically speaking, if you're on the White House lawn and you know that anything you do is going to be picked apart and used by the other side, sometimes it's better to not. Like that's you do want to make the attempt to not give the other side fodder. And in that place, I think that person made a mistake. I don't think that was necessary. I don't think that it had any positive result that came from it. And as far as like I'm concerned, I've seen boobs. Actually enjoy seeing them. But that wasn't the right place, in my opinion. That's just that's my opinion. But either way, like I said, it doesn't matter. It's fucking night and day, these two things being compared. One person choosing to do something, and by the way, I guarantee you see a lot worse at a Trump rally. Okay, I guarantee that is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what you're gonna see at a fucking Trump rally. Anyways, that's my opinion. When I was in Spain, there were boobs everywhere at the beach. Yeah. See, like I said, I don't care. Like that kind of shit don't matter to me. I'm just saying from the point of view of being, I don't know, like some type of etiquette. You have to have some social etiquette. And in that position, I think that it's not like if you go to like a pride parade, you're going to see some stuff. And most likely you're not going to see anything, but you may see something. Like, if I don't like that, I don't go to it. I don't have any problem with it, so I would probably go to it. But if, it's an event somewhere where people are saying, hey, this is what we're doing, we're adults, we get to do these things, I don't really have a problem with that. I'm not going to, if I don't want my kids to see that, then I won't take them to it. And like I said, all that stuff is exaggerated anyways. Like, I've seen pride parades, and, like, I don't know where these people get these stories from. I've never seen any of the insanity that people, but anyways, maybe that's just me. Anyways, like I said, not the right place. I agree, but let's make a stigma about I think you're saying, but let's not make a stigma about flashing boobies. Look, I'm not trying to make a stigma about it. If someone wants to show me their boobs, I'm not gonna naysay that. Like, I am a married man. 24 years, happily married. Okay, I'm not going to try to get somebody to do that for me, but at the same time, if somebody did it, I'd just be like, wow, hey, I happened to be here at the right time in the right place, and that happened. I'm gonna count myself lucky. That's the only way that can happen, that I don't get in trouble. So no, I'm not trying to create a stigma around it. I'm just saying, from the point of view of how it was used, in my opinion, it was a mistake. I don't think that was the right time to do it, but that at the same time also, like, yeah, I don't care. It's not like he's wasting $60 million on a fucking UFC fight while people go hungry. That's insanity to me. That's night and day. All right. So anyways, gonna try and do like mornings on the weekend, and probably, like I said, try to make some appearances throughout the week. But I'm also trying not drive my family nuts by streaming all the time in the house while they glare at me. They're not glaring at me. But I don't want to make it awkward for them. So anyways, I might be back on. You guys should check out the videos over there on the Angry Ginger Funny Live Clips channel, because they're doing really well, and you guys can join in the comments. Canadians are amazing, super nice people. Some of the best comments you'll ever see on videos. They are so cool. They're very nice people. They're definitely exactly what we all thought they were. Also, just so you guys know, you guys can support me by joining as a member in the Angry Ginger Army. And if you don't want to do that, you can always just support me by liking and subscribing and sharing the videos, and also commenting on the videos. That helps with the algorithm. So I've got to go check on my dog and make sure that she's doing good, and check on the family and see how everybody's doing. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. I hope that the rest of your week is good, and I hope to talk to you guys again. Benny, I gotta get your namesake on camera. You should see her. She is fucking huge. She's so muscled. The dog is burly. She's a burly dog. All right. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And hope to see you on the next live.